Addington News Christmas edition. Funnily enough, standing in front of a tree. There's no presents under there, Darren, but later on we've got some Christmas crackers.
Didn't put any of these up, Greg. I wouldn't have a bloody clue how to do it. But
there's a few of them around.
Made a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot happening, eh? There's last week, Christmas at the races, massive crowd out on the lawn. Like you wouldn't have got a perfect night anywhere in Canterbury, and gee, they had a good time.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
we
really
just
was.
left them alone after the last and let them carry on, and they were out there for a good hour and a half after the last race.
Good to see.
Yeah. Good stuff. Those Christmas parties are having a great time upstairs. Really good, isn't it? Because they can get a bit of entertainment as well as have something to eat, something to drink. Yeah, so there's a lot of entertainment. They'll participate in having a few bets and stuff, and a bit of a.
Well, the on-course turnover was good.
Yeah, it was solid enough. It was, they're not massive betters, but they have the odd go. And as we know, leading into this holiday period, that's where people get connected. They go to a country meeting and they have a bit of a punt. And
next minute they've got a percentage in a horse, and and that's
standing there on the dice on Cup Day. Yeah,
which would be ideal.
Easy as that.
Look, last Friday wrapped up the Morris Homes, which Canterbury Equine sponsor, and Sarah O'Reilly won it for the second time. Carter Dalgety finished second in that race, and he finished second with Martha Stewart. So she just continues on her winning way. Sarah O'Reilly, Australasian champion, won a couple of New Zealand champs too. Very unassuming girl, but man, the horses run for her.
Very good driver.
Yeah.
Very good driver. They do run for her. And of course, Carter Dalgety grabbed himself Group 1 of them, Invercargill with Krug.
Yeah.
So a couple of very promising drivers, and they're going to have a lot more in store going forward, and I think Carter was pretty pleased with himself, and so he should be.
Yeah, exactly. The horse is back in the zone. We get to see him again here this week. Cran saying he's running around the paddock like a yearling, so they want to keep him going while he's in a great space as he is. Talking about the young drivers, Ben Hope's run at the moment is incredible. Midnight Dash got the business done. Mark Jones grabbed a double with Sue Princess winning. I think it was her 11th race here at Addington. She's a great example of the sliding up and down the scale horses that we need at the races because they're great turnover drivers.
Yeah, like 170 odd thousand, I think she's won. So look, just a tremendous effort. It was great to see her grab a $20,000 stake here. So
was
good supporter here, Sue Princess. She's here a lot at Addington Raceway. She supports the other meetings, of course, as well. But geez, she's here a lot.
Normally in the same week.
Yeah,
she normally goes around a couple of times.
Yeah, no. So she's great. So those sort of horses, Rachmaninoff, Sod's Law, they're all 100,000 plus earners. So you can earn it if you keep racing.
Yep, absolutely you can. Christmas Shout, we mentioned it the last couple of weeks. It's on this week. It's on Friday night, and we love the horse people that have supported Addington Raceway. Even if those who haven't got runners in on Friday night, come out, have a beer on us.
100%. This is for any licence holder. Of any licence description, so a stable hand or anyone that's supported us. Obviously, if you're working some horses on the night, perhaps make sure you have a drink after you've done that. But look, we want to just a bit of Christmas cheer for those that have supported us through an interesting year.
Yep.
Started off like a bomb, to be honest.
We COVID straight away.
Yeah, look, we were caught that first meeting a wee bit with our pants down that there was more people here than we thought, and we thought, all right, let's go, and back into
bang.
COVID. So want to shout for them, bite to eat off the smoker, and just have a bit of fun. You're in charge of weather.
Good luck with that. 27th of January we're back. Just talking to the girls inside, and the bookings for Back on Track are really good for that first night. It's $45 a person, your drinks on top of that, and we also race on the 3rd of February too. I mentioned before the Christmas crackers. Mick and I canvassed a lot of our horsey friends, and I've got a horse from them to follow over the Christmas period. I think we've got over 40 there, and that's going to be on your website as well. Yeah, look, the marketing team are going to put that together with some box seat logos and things on it. But there's, as you say, the likes of Tony Hurler, he is telling us which horse out of his stable is the one to follow. And blame it on the night. I remember that one.
There's 40 of them. We'll make sure that the trainers and drivers' phone numbers are made available afterwards if they don't go any good. But no, seriously, they're worth following. When you look at them afterwards, there's generally a winner over that period.
Well, they want to give you a winner too. It's not like they want to tip you one that's not going to
win. And they've got a few horses there, so they know which ones are likely to be coming to the fore out of their stable. So it's good fun. All
right, we're about to have a full meeting preview, but if you want to have a bet, I reckon Better Be Sharp. It's one of my favourite races of the year. My old colleague Michael Guerin doesn't like it much. 2,400 metre stand. Jared O'Reilly, good trainer of standing start horses. Barrier 1, that'll do me, and we get to see Krug as well. But Darren and I will go away, do a full meeting preview, and we'll also look at a race from last week where the Barron brothers got a Quinella.
All right, last race meeting for 2022 gets underway 5:14. Greg, IRT, your horse, our passion. Amateur drivers mobile over 1980 metres.
Yeah, tricky races they always are, Darren, but barrier draws I think will play a part here. So I'm around Tommy's on a roll, who if it finds the front could be pretty hard to beat, and Phone Tap, who's been racing well for a wee while now and should appreciate being in the amateur grade, the mare boy he's watching. So, yep, give it a good chance. Arizona Wildcat, it's been punching around for the last 2 or 3 months and just keeps on going good races. It's got a chance. And Olive Cook comes back from better fields too. So, she should appreciate being in the amateur grade too. 2, 3, 6 and 8 in the first.
Race 2, so first leg of the early quaddie, Hotel Montreal Mobile Trot 1980 at 5:42.
Bit of a rarity here too. Former world driving champion and multiple national champion Mark Jones having a steer behind the present maker. This one trained by Anne-Marie and Jack Best. And Jack's always had a bit of time for this one. Mark obviously does too. Jack does some work, obviously, for the Overport Lodge team. Like the way this horse is trialled, won first up. Yeah, I think he'll go a wee way, this guy. So I'm happy to have him on top over Martha Stewart, who's won the 4 races, was second with Dexter in the bike. Sorry, Dexter with he'll love that Carter. Everyone keeps telling me, look at Dexter. With Carter Delgetti in the bike with Martha Stewart. So, yeah, I give it a good chance, even from that wide front row draw. She's certainly capable of getting herself into the race. TK Megastar, not the worst in this, and Tiamo Bell was a much better performance behind the Flying Silver Linings last time. So it's got a chance too. But I'm with the present maker, but take a Quinella with Carter Delgetti's driver, Martha Stewart.
His week just keeps getting better, Greg.
No, he does. Yeah, absolutely. I see, by the way, Dex has just been named for the 4th consecutive year as the North American Driver of the Year. So, yeah, he'll love being me calling him that. Anyway, move on.
Race number 3, Merry Christmas from Woodland Stud. Massive supporters of Addington Raceway. A mobile pace 1980 at 6:12.
Samantha Otley in her Christmas cracker came up with Poetry in Motion, and on this filly's first up run, Darren, I think it can win second start to the races by Better's Delight out of Natouche Franco. Got some really good owners involved in it, likes of Hamish Scott, who put so much into the game, and his wife, Dr. Kim Lawson. So good luck to the connections involved with her. I think she'll be hard to beat. Haley's Medal from that terrific breed of the Sparks has trialled up nicely for Robert and Jenna Dunn. Pink Panther Pounce, Cran and Chrissy Delgetti lined up first time Rangiora on that wettish track and had a pretty tough sort of a run. So I reckon it can go better, a lot better than that form. Certainly its trial form would suggest that. And I mentioned Field of Poppies last time in that hot race. Jimmy Ray won it. The great form race, the very good solid form race, I think, in terms of the maidens. I think it has a part to play too. And Secret Cocktail's got the inside barrier draw, so you probably can't count her out. But happy to be with Poetry in Motion.
Race 4, Hagley Windows and Doors, free-for-all mobile trot 1980, 6:37.
17,500. Just got me coffee here too. Want to get yourself a coffee? Spectators, mate. It's bloody good. Just to prove it. Good race this. Really good race. 6 I've gone for on top. Oscar Bonavina. Although I see there's a change of driver there. Impudence having the night off. However, he is a former free-for-all winner, of course, on Cup Day, and in the free-for-all this year he won a good race. Look, he's not the Oscar of old. We all know that, but it's in the right sort of race. He's an each-way price, and therefore I'm happy to have him on top, but no great conviction. Mataderos, excellent winner at Geraldine on the grass, went so close in the green mile, behind Time Up the Hill, who's lining up again, has barrier 1's going to get a beautiful run, as she did, and behind Muscle Mountain when she ran second in the Group 1. So you probably could bump her up the list a little bit, to be absolutely fair. And Midnight Dash is there again. He won off 40 metres last week. Free for all company, the little horse of the big engine, Ben Hope, why not? Tricky race, 6, 7, 5, 1, but throw those numbers up and they'll probably land another way and you'll probably get it right.
Race number 5, the Concrete Brothers Pace, a standing start race at 7:03. Greg, this one a 2,400 metre race right out in front of the winning post. A wee bit like our mobile miles. They're not the ideal distance, but it's something that we do once or twice a year just to mix things up. And this is one that was really well supported in the nominations again. The nominations were solid for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not wanted, if you like. And I've had a bit of luck in this race because you can find the horse that either leads or trails. And if you can do that over 2,400, they whiz around. And although it's only a couple of 100 metres short than the normal distance race, if you like, it just seems to have a bigger part to play. So I reckon Better Be Sharp can win. Barrier 9 last week, Mobile, huge run. Only just got run over by South Seas Rocks, and Mason Shard was third, and we thought Mason Shard would just about win that race, and I think she'll go on and win plenty of races. So I'm happy to be with Better Be Sharp on the basis that it's trained by Jared O'Reilly. He's a very good horseman, and his horses generally always step away. If you step from one and you're at a bend within 20 metres, then you're at a pretty good spot. So I'm happy to have it over Major Talk, who's won 2 of its last 3 and 2 at Addington Raceway. It's only 2 races. So it loves it here. Was good last time beating Ferns Goldie last week. And I reckon it'll be very hard to beat again. Just Holler is Ken Barron's Christmas cracker. So you got to respect it. It's only had the 1 run for their barn and was second behind Asian Elvis at Oamaru. And the Conqueror, how many do we have off the front here, Darren? Is it 8 for this race? I think there is. Yep. I'm pretty sure it is. And the Conqueror is one of these horses I'm talking about. Excellent standing start exponent, even though it's drawn out a wee bit. If it got across most of this field and got to the markers, it's not without a chance either. So chuck it in. But I'll go with Better Be Sharp on top.
Race number 6 is the 2023 National Standardbred Yearling Sales Mobile Pace 2600. They're just about upon us, Greg. The yearling sales, always an exciting time of the year for the industry. And this one gets underway at 7:30.
Yeah, 19th at Auckland, 20, 21, 22, Agricultural Park, New Zealand Bloodstock, magnificent complex up at Karaka, and they put on a great 4-day sale. So get online if you want to check out the catalogue there, or get them to send you one out. Good Christmas reading. Good race, this one. Only the 7 in it, but a bit of form again to come out of it. Tuapeka Lou was second in the Jimmy Ray race. Got it right last time. The Telfers, they might be able to win the premiership with a horse like this. It could win 1 or 2 races over the next week. So, yeah, I think it's hardest to beat. Bad Hombre was great first up in nearly 2 years. From the barrier draw, it's going to get a good run. Mark Jones's team is going well. Cougar Express has got a great barrier. And Commander Ben has threatened to win a maiden before now too. And then you've got Bryce's Medal, who again is from that same family we talked about before. But I'll mark them 4, 1, 2, and 3. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bad Hombre was able to win it, Darren.
Race number 7, the Commodore Hotel Free-for-All Mobile Pace 1980 at 7:57. First leg of the late quaddy, Greg.
771,000 he's got in the bank now. Krug, I think from memory, Darren, they paid about 180 for it, or somewhere around there anyway. Might have been 170. Anyway, he's in Group 1 winning form again, and he's in Group 1 free-for-all winning form, winning that Ascot Park Hotel Invercargill Cup last week. Spoke to Crandall-Getty about him, said he's bucking and kicking like a yearling or an early 2-year-old. He said, I had to keep him going, so we may as well bring him 20 minutes up the road for 17,500 were his exact words. He should win on that performance last time. All of his best performances have come when he's been in front. Those 3 derbies, the junior free-for-all on Cup Day last year, and then, of course, his Invercargill Cup win. So that's when he goes best. I would imagine Carter would go forward, and if he does and finds the top, and he produces what he did last week home in 54.5 seconds, how would they beat him? So Krug has to be clear top pick. Heisenberg was good last week behind Terry. Henry Hubert's got to be a chance. Shan Noble's some sort of hope too. So it really will be Krug's race to lose. And I think if he comes up $1.30, most people will have them through their multis. Darren?
Race number 8, Air Park Canterbury Handicap Trot, another huge supporter of Addington Raceway. This is a handicap race, 2,600 metres at 8:22.
Excuse my French, has been busy, but racing really well. Comes out of the David Moss last week. Did finish in 4th position behind White Kiwi, but likes Addington. Well, its record says it doesn't, but it's actually gone some good races here. So I'm happy to have it on top, but not a huge conviction. I thought Chief of Staff was good last week. Gets a 10-metre advantage over My Moments Now, who was a winner here a couple of weeks ago. So I like Chief of Staff a bit. Magic Dash is rushing up the leaderboard, or up the grades, isn't it? But it's had 3 starts here at Addington for a couple of wins. Regan Todd and Robbie Close. And Sue Princess, well, you just can't leave her out of 4 at the moment. She invariably wins and then doesn't win her next start. So she might be a first 4 player, and she is off 20 metres. But, gee, she was good last week, Darren. She did probably more work than you like to see Sue Princess do, but she was simply too good on that occasion. So I would consider her. And I think My Moment's now 40 metres back. It's just far enough, isn't it? When you've got Magic Dash, Clyde, Boss Kenny, It's So Easy, and Silver Linings off the front. Like, they're likely to run along a wee bit. So I think that'll make it pretty tough on My Moments Now. But I'll go each way, excuse my French, to write the record book in terms of his record at Addington.
One of the exciting things that happened last week, of course, Greg, at the Raceway, was Don Burrows grabbing his 50th winner with a small team. Tremendous effort. And he's got 3 or 4 horses, Noah Magnifique, Silver Linings, one that slips my mind, the McDuff horse that ran second.
Yes, ran second the other day at long odds. Yep.
Yeah, if those colours are going around at the moment, they're going well. So congratulations to Don last week. It was a great effort by a small owner-trainer. Race number 9 on the card, the Open City Ford Pace, 2,000 metres stand at 8:50.
Jimmy James Maguire is Brendan Hill's Christmas cracker, and Regan Todd and Robbie Close both went for first class. There is a caveat there with first class, though. They think they can win the Roxburgh Cup with him. Now, he's only a little guy. We know him from when he was at the All-Stars, and, he's won a bit of money. He's gone some really good races, and he trialled really good the other day. He's only a little horse. I tell you, I said to Regan the other day, that's all right. You can line him up in whatever race, and if there's kids' carts on the night, you'll be able to put him in that too. And he sort of giggled away to himself. But there's not much of him, but his legs go fast. So let's hope they go fast again. I don't know if he can win this, because I think Jimmy James Maguire can. So I'm happy to go 5 over the 6. 1 Art Attack, beautifully placed here. Once again, likely to step in on the markers, definite chance. And Graham Court goes for No Terror as his Christmas cracker. So, yeah, I reckon it's got a first 4 chance too. Although there's a couple here, It and Invitation Only having their first standing start. I don't like that so much when it's 2,000 metres, because you get the first couple of steps wrong, you're out of play, Darren. So 6, 5, 5, 6, 1 and 7 for me.
Race number 10, the last race for the year. The first direct taxis mobile pace, 1980 at 9.25. Massive supporters of Addington Raceway. As we always say, if you've had a couple of drinks on course, make sure you're not drinking and driving. And the same applies over the Christmas period, Greg. Grab yourself a first direct taxi. They're good supporters of the Raceway.
Yeah, so many of our last races appropriately are first direct, because we want you to travel home safe. Lumen Shaley is likely to be favourite, is unbeaten in 4, is Mark Purden's horse to follow and the most progressive, his words, in the barn. So I'm happy to go with him in the last. He'll be really hard to beat. Life's a Beach will be 2. Tony Barron, John Morrison, good combination. Sam Hara giving the All-Stars a 2-pronged attack in it, has to be respected, as does Last of the Mohicans and Roll Your Own. Even if you say so, I think will be improved off that first up run. But yeah, Lumen Shaley to continue on its winning way. What about the Premiership, Darren? There's only 1 in it. I think numerically the Telfer team, because they're going to have horses at Cambridge, Auckland on the 31st. They've obviously got them at Ashburton this week. The Coast, Carl Markins is taking the team over there, I understand. I just think numerically they're going to have enough mass, if you like, to get past or stay in front at this stage anyway of Mark Purden and Hayden Cullen. But if Mark and Hayden won maybe 3 in the next couple of days, the old balls go up in the air again, don't they?
Yeah, look, I think the Telfers have got right into $1.35 with the TAB now, so it's been bouncing around a wee bit, that market. As you say, it looks like they've got the numbers, but you never count the Purden team out, or Purden Cullen team out, I guess. But
isn't it good though? It's a good
100%. It'll be cool. They're massive supporters of the entire industry through so many aspects. Stonewall Stud. The whole team, and it is a big team effort. Of course, Steve Stockman heads the whole operation, but gee, it's a team effort. Jill does such a great job with the communications with the syndication and the trainers and all of the staff that work for them doing a great job. That doesn't sort of deny anyone else that's chasing those premierships, Duns and Purdens and everyone else. But yeah, it'd be cool for a change at the top on the odd occasion. And
I'll tell you what, if they do it this year, Darren, they do it this year, this could be the start of a bit of a juggernaut. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what unfolds in the next 10 days. And then, they go back to zero and everyone starts again.
Look, we want to wish everyone a really good Christmas break. Merry Christmas to everyone that supported Addington Raceway, and enjoy the holiday period. We're going to leave you with a very apt quinella last week at Addington Raceway for Tony and Ken Barron. Their father, Ron, passed away just recently. Such a gentleman and a very strong administrator for the sport, a very, very good thinker, Greg, and he was respected right throughout the industry.
Yeah, he was, and he trained about 170 odd winners, 70 of those with his youngest son, Tony. Of course, Clark and Ken, both in the 1,000-win club. He was very proud of that. And yep, he's left an indelible mark on the industry. And like you say, a fitting quinella for the boys within a week or so of Ron passing.
Look, we'll leave you with that video. We're back racing at Addington on the 27th of January. Have a great Christmas.
28-6 the third quarter. Glorious Delight's lifting here. Has shaken off Chambray. Then came Silk from White Diamond Gold. Cardi B running on wider out. Dancing Desire. Later Glorious Delight 2 in front from Chambray. Dancing Desire flashing late the outside. But Glorious Delight has run them into the deck. Glorious Delight 1 1/2 length at the line from Dancing Desire, who came from last. Chambray stuck on for third. Stella Arden didn't get a lot of luck halfway down. And then Cardi B from Coachella Silk. Straight Flush and White Diamond Gold. Driven like the best horse in the race, and that she was.